2050. Imagine it's the year 2050. You wake up. And what most people think when they wake up is something like, what experience do I want to create today? As now, there is nowhere to go. There is nothing to do. There's no more survival. Through systems of unconditional basic income in the last decades has increased to decent income, abundant income, until the whole world enjoyed abundant income. And when I have abundant income, I don't need to charge you for this product. You don't need to charge me for this service. We have enough. Keep the money. And in a slow, organic, natural process, people simply stopped asking for money. And it was at that time that we let go of the money system. A higher consciousness society doesn't need money. So we wake up. What is it that you want to create today? What experience? And you say, well, today I want to do some work in the garden, growing some organic fruits and vegetables. And for however long you're enjoying that, you're working in the garden. And then we ask that same question as people in 2050. They're living in the present moment. No more stuck about the past. No more anxiety towards the future. And you say, well, I would like to eat some fried rice in China. And I say, you mean former China? Because countries don't exist anymore. Everybody knows how our controllers, how they had been separating us through country, religion, culture, gender, class, tribe. And we don't fall for that anymore. So now the world has many different provinces, areas. We name them by the same name. But there are no more passports, no more visas, and we can travel freely. So, all right, you want to eat some fried rice in former China. Let's go to Shanghai. We'll start by finding a sustainable world car. And we look at our mobile communication centers, which has an app for showing all the cars, and they're not owned by anyone. Ownership comes with authority, have disappeared from our world. So we see that 2 kilometers from here, there is one sustainable world car. It's not being used. So we decide to walk there. We take this car towards the airport. And here, planes, they don't exist anymore. We only have these anti-gravity devices, which in a matter of 8 minutes can bring us anywhere in the world without any pollution. In the airport, it is a space of abundance. Security? That's a joke. What security? That is so long ago. That is only needed in the illusion of fear. And people know these days there is nothing to be afraid of. We are eternal consciousness. So we step into this anti-gravity device and whoop. Okay, let's say we go from London. It might take 5 minutes. And then we are in Shanghai, China. And as we leave the airport, we notice something. Look at that. Look at people's faces. Do you see their faces? Eyes shining bright. And I say, do you remember? Do you remember in the early 2000s when you would go into public transport and people would be glued to their smartphones? Different game now. People are so comfortable connecting with one another. And there is a trust which we have not experienced in decades. There is an integrity level in everyone that gives us this indescribable feeling of being comfortable, being free. So as we come out of the airport, we see people immediately coming to us. Hey, that's so wonderful. What are you here for? Can we support you with anything? So you're sharing, I would love to eat some authentic Chinese fried rice, vegetarian. And one gentleman said, come with us. Come, please. You're so welcome in our family. My mother is the best cook here in Shanghai. And we go with them and we have the most yummiest meal. And we realize it is so easy to relate to people from the different cultures. Though at the same time we celebrate our differences, our diversity, the Sustainable World Project and the worldwide interactive events have created a collective conversation, a way of communication we share with one another. And it's just so easy to make friendships anywhere in the world. In the events, we have made friends all around the world, and we love meeting these people. So, time to go into the kitchen, preparing the food, and then you decide, okay, I think I would love to stay for a couple of days, and it is not a problem. And then in the evening, we go to a restaurant, and the people who are running the restaurants are people who love to support people. The cooks who are working there, they love to cook. And what's better than getting the appreciation for your food? So we eat this yummy food. We speak to the cook, complimenting him. And then we leave as there is no monetary transaction. The family where we're staying, the gentleman, he is managing new energy devices in the city of Shanghai. So the next day we briefly go with him. So he's sharing with us that this device, it only needs a little bit of maintenance. It's tapping the energy straight out of the 0-point energy field, and it's completely clean. And what you see here is providing the energy for the entire of Shanghai. The partner of the gentleman we're staying at, She is very much involved in the local Thrive Empowerment Center. And this is, she's sharing where if there's any conflict in the community, through non-violent communication, non-judgmental listening, she is facilitating dialogue to bring completion in a way that works for all involved. She has extraordinary communication skills, such a loving being, and she's sharing that when decisions need to be made, which involves more communities, that she is getting online in interactive events where there is dialogue until there is a consensus. So there's a system where no one's free will is thwarted. Everybody's free will is respected. The principle of non-violation is honored worldwide. And when we walk through a beautiful park in Shanghai, we see an elderly gentleman sitting on the bench, probably his daughter taking care of him, a gentle touch, and it is just so beautiful to see that people have learned to be loving, not just to one person, but as we see people move around and meeting other people, we see that same universal love being expressed, and it makes every place on planet Earth a beautiful place to be.